Hi guys, it's Liam. So in this course, we're going to take a look at why your website isn't performing the way it should be. If you're not attracting leads from it, interest and intrigue into what you're doing. This is a common problem, and ultimately as freelancers, solopreneurs, the thing that matters the most gets left to last, our own presence. So I want to change that. I want to help you put some of these ideas into practice. So the first thing we're going to have a look at is maybe why your site isn't performing the way it should be. Then we'll take a look at the elements that your site should include to perform well. We'll put them in a logical order so that it makes sense. Then we'll go ahead and do it. How do we put all that together into a site that generates you leads? Because ultimately that's the important thing. Once every day it used to be okay to just have a website up there, but now it must contribute. So let's get started. The first thing to understand is that your website should be a shrine to your client, not to you. And this is a very important distinction. So when it's all me on a website, then where does that leave room for the client? If you're not talking specifically about the problems that they're having and addressing it in a worldview and a language that they understand, then it's going to lead to a whole lot of nothing. You'll probably get the same thing you're getting right now, which is mindlessly refreshing Google Analytics to say, hey, there was 400 people on my site today and I didn't get one inquiry. This is important. It's a whole lot of nothing, and part of it really stems from the way that you're explaining you and your service online. Are you talking about technical stuff when somebody doesn't really know that stuff yet? Are you saying that you can do valid HTML5, CSS3, jQuery and all this as a web designer? Or do you say that I can write 200 words per minute if you're a writer? If those things don't really matter to the client, i.e. you're not talking to them in a worldview that they understand, in a language that they understand, then it's going to leave them a little bit cold. So that's the first thing. Understand that your website is a shrine to your prospective client and not to you. And it all comes down to the language that you're using, really. I mean, if in doubt, just talk through it simply. There's a great phrase which is, talk to me like a human being, and that's really what I want to get to the heart of. If in doubt, simplify it. Don't overcomplicate the things that you're saying. Put it in a language that the prospect understands, and we'll go on to copywriting and how that fits into a design a little bit later, but just to get you started down this track of thinking. Don't overcomplicate, talk to them like they're a human being and walk them through the situation that they're in, where they want to go, because ultimately they're not hiring you because you can design, write, market, code. They're hiring you because they have a business problem. Your services, so they expect, are the solution to that problem. But you got to remember, they don't care about the bit that comes in between. They care about achieving that goal. So if your site doesn't address that and your site doesn't make them feel, okay, I understand that this person can solve this problem, then you're going to struggle to generate any sort of meaningful interest from it. So roughly then, have a quick look at your site right now, just at the very outset. You've got a few more lessons to go through here, but have a look at it. Does the copy make sense? Is it clear what the next steps are? And is the imagery relevant? All too often you'll see a huge big slider at the top of a page with like a cityscape, with a big headline that's fairly vague. We make great solutions. Well, so do a lot of other people that are in completely different industries to you. Make it specific to the client's worldview in a language that they can understand and make it clear what the next steps are. So that's at an overview level what we're going to talk about in this course. It's a good one, and it'll take you from having a website that maybe isn't performing well to being able to diagnose what the problems might be, pull it out and rebuild it so that it's something that does actually contribute to your business's success. I want to help you avoid places like Freelancers, Odesk and Fiverr. Whilst they are great for the beginner starting out, when you're looking at the 5,000, 10,000 beyond mark per project, then you're going to need to rely on your own website, your own platform, and your own credibility to generate leads, interest, and ultimately clients in what you do. So it's really important. I'm looking forward to getting started. Let's do this.